Wow, what a day for you and your families. And what an unusual graduation, capping what we can safely say was a strange and unusual year. I'm very sorry that I can't be there with you, and I'm very sorry that COVID has prevented me from getting to know each one of you. That's my loss, believe me. You have much to be proud of. You've completed a rigorous journalism curriculum, earning the most respected degree in the region from some of the best faculty in the region. And many of you did it while working full time. You also managed to struggle through researching and writing a thesis, not normally something a journalist does. Believe me, as a lifelong reporter who did a very late life PhD dissertation, you have my unreserved sympathies. And you did it despite the global pandemic. I can only imagine what some of you have been going through. I know some have lost friends or loved ones. You've seen relatives hospitalized. Perhaps you were even sick yourself. Pay cuts, job losses, hospital bills. It takes a mental, physical, and financial toll. And then there was the whole issue of that online learning stuff. Bad internet connections during class, kids and dogs in the background, traffic noise outside, the lack of interaction with faculty and fellow students. You have my respect for persevering. So do the faculty and staff who helped you on this journey, even as they were facing the same challenges. As a result of the pandemic, the media landscape, the place you work, is forever changed. Business models already struggling have been upended. The audience shift to digital has been supercharged, and the societies about which you report and communicate have been shaken to their roots. The health, economic well-being, the very culture of East Africa have all been affected. The public will look to you to explain the changes, identify solutions, and anticipate what comes next. That's true whether you're staying in journalism or helping civil society, corporations, or governments to communicate. It's a big job. And you're doing it in the face of an epidemic, not just of a devastating disease, but also one of mis and disinformation. The COVID pandemic has created an infodemic in which fake news overshadows fact, where lies sometimes trump truth. Yeah, okay, it was a pun. And where pressures on journalists have increased exponentially amid declarations that the media is the enemy. But as I keep saying, in challenge lies opportunity. As the next generation of leaders of the media industry, you will help shape its future. You are children of the digital age, and I don't mean that in a pejorative way. You're no children anymore, but you grew up in the digital age, and now you've been equipped with the skills to transform the news business. The idea that journalists and other communicators must produce content for print, the web, and sometimes TV is a horrific idea for some who have gray beards like me. But for you, it's second nature. You also bring new perspective to how you observe and report on or communicate about East African society. With your fresh eyes, you can tell stories not only of the problems, but also of the solutions. More importantly, using the skills you learned here and the talent with which you were born, you'll tell stories based on facts, through the prism of objectivity, and with a commitment to fairness and accuracy. And again, I hope that's true whether you're in journalism or some form of communication. Some of you know that I was previously the founding dean of a journalism school in the US named after Edward R. Murrow. He's considered the godfather of American journalism. He was also the first foreign correspondent for CBS News, the American network. And as a former CBS News correspondent myself, he holds a particular place in my heart. More than a half century ago, when the news media was drifting toward entertainment already, he reminded fellow journalists that, in his words, to be persuasive, we must be believable. To be believable, we must be credible. To be credible, we must be truthful. Each time you sit down to write a story or communicate on behalf of a company, a nonprofit, or a government, make sure you remember those words. So that's it from me. Now go enjoy your graduation and good luck in your careers.